Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, or QNT. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate that. Now, with all of that in mind, we are seeing some nice movement along the board within this market. Currently, I'm watching Ethereum outperform Bitcoin drastically. A lot of individuals, are watching to see if this is going to lead the market, to the rally, which we've seen in the past. Me personally, I'm still watching Bitcoin closely. I'm still watching, some of my altcoin holdings closely as well. I have been telling you guys to watch QNT specifically simply because this month has been pretty big for it, but also we've been ranging below a nice fib level for accumulation, and I do believe that accumulation is happening on QNT. You guys do see the sideways momentum here. The bottom level structure at about $110 is holding currently, but for the most part, I am definitely watching QNT, especially as we are seeing a lot of regulatory talk. We're also seeing a lot of CBDC talk. There's a lot of things that I feel comfortable positioning myself in long term, and this is definitely one of them. We have been making some higher lows throughout the time of 2022 so far, even going back to 2021 on this massive downward trend that we started back in December. We started to target some low targets of about roughly $88, but now we are sideways trading from around like $108 to $110. So overall, this range that we're in is pretty, I would say it's been going on for around roughly 11 days now, and I would say that we are targeting a major breakout event very, very soon. I would say once we do break over that fib level at about $118 that I have been printing on the chart for a fairly long time, that's when we really will start to see a huge difference in terms of price. So let's move on and let's talk about a few things. So first off, I do want to talk to you guys about this Bank of Canada and Massachusetts Institute of Technology announced a joint central bank digital currency collaboration. If you guys didn't miss that, here you have the overall article from Bank of Canada. Now, with this confirmation, I think that this is really kind of giving us an inside view on what is happening behind the scenes. So, of course, they're talking about the potential design of a CBDC, building on the DCI's ongoing research into CBDCs. This exploration will help inform the Bank of Canada's research effort into CBDCs as well. So I'm actually pretty excited for this, because if we do look at QNT, I'm going to let you guys connect some dots here. Bank of Canada partners with MIT on CBDCs. QNT writes CBDC paper with MIT. Also the advisor of the digital dollar. In April, Gilbert, QNT CEO, is on stage with MIT and Bank of Canada. Subject CBDCs must be nothing. Honestly, with all of this stuff happening, it does not take a rocket scientist to understand what is being built behind the scenes. This goes back to November 10th. Our joint white paper with MIT Connection Science implementing a CBDC, the challenges and solution, the needs of security, privacy, performance, openness, and interoperability enable siloed payment systems to evolve to digital assets. Guys, this is huge. I just want you all to understand that, when we're talking about CBDCs, fintech, all of this stuff happening around payments and even DeFi and things like that, all of this is nothing without bridges being built. Interoperability will definitely be one of the biggest connections for everything to be bridged to, of course, the legacy system. But also, I want you to realize where, Quant is positioning themselves as well. Gilbert Verdian is definitely one of the main sources to continue to watch for, especially as connections to some major high-tier companies, individuals, and even banks. Now, also, we did see here, now Canadian CBDC, already digital pound, digital euro, Latin American dollar. In the next few years, trillions of dollars will flow through Overledger. And I have been talking to you guys about this for a very long time. When we look at QNT and we look at this as a token at almost $15 at a almost $4 billion market cap, how severely undervalued actually is this gem? Well, to realize the fact that, QNT will power nearly every transaction on the Overledger network, And also, it will have a massive demand through the clients that utilize the Overledger network, and how much money will flow over that network as an entire entity is absolutely mind-blowing. The value of QNT is going to skyrocket in just the next year, but also as we march forward on in time, as well as this network, becomes more and more adopted. And honestly, the connections, the partnerships, things that have already been built on Quant is just absolutely mind-blowing, to say the least, right now currently within this market, because we always talk about Ripple, right? Like, for example, Ripple is becoming one of the main names in the space to really have a massive team behind it. But what about Quant? Because Quant is, inking these massive deals with these major giants constantly, day in and day out, and everyone continues to disregard it. Everyone continues to look the other way. Honestly, those select few individuals, you guys watching this video right now, those who understand interoperability, understand the need for it as well, are going to be absolutely rich as we do march into, of course, adoption of CBDCs and these major DLTs. Because it all needs one major thing, and that is interoperability. We also see our attracting talent is so hard and hinders fast growth. One of the reasons why Q&T strategy is brilliant: work as much as possible with third-party slash consultancy, KPMG, Deloitte, Oracle, etc. White labels targets 25 million developers with 12 programming languages as well. I mean, it's absolutely massive, to say the least, where Q&T, or I shouldn't say Q&T, but Quant is positioning themselves. And honestly, just being able to be a part of this is absolutely incredible. But this is talking about crypto companies with the most open jobs. You guys can see it here. I mean, a lot of these are major players in the space, but you know, as more and more adoptions happening for crypto, the more and more the need for evident interoperability is needed. I mean, like it's just, we know that when we're talking about the future of this market, we are talking about disrupting a massive financial system as well. We don't need to put things together because we've already seen it discussed between governments. I mean, it's been up in the air for a while now, especially because of regulations and regulation talk. But I don't believe that we're going to need to be talking about it too much longer. I think that we're going to be starting to see it, come to fruition. We also see here, this is why you need Q&T in your portfolio. And listen closely to this video, guys.
Whole crypto journey back in 2013, for me at least, with Bitcoin, and then Ethereum came, and then we've seen these other tokens. Some have survived, some have failed, this big ecosystem. And people say, well, this has got a great case for that, this has got a great case for this. And then there's a group of people saying, well, it's all going to go into one protocol. But a big development is people saying, you know what, it doesn't need to go on one protocol, and we'll build a layer that allows all of these things to work together. So what this means is, I'm talking to you. I'm using a microphone of which you don't know what it is, that condenses the sound and records it on a system that you don't know what it is. On a computer, you don't know whether it's a Mac or a PC. I'm using an internet of which you don't know what the type of modem it is. You don't know any of these things. And I can have a live call with you on a phone, or I can have a Zoom call, and you don't know or care. I can send you an email. You don't know what system I'm on. You just get the email. That's interoperability. It's one of the key features of the internet and what made the internet so successful. That is coming in crypto, and it's coming fast. We've seen on Real Vision Crypto things like Quant Network, Polkadot, Chainlink. These things are huge because they allow different things to move around across this ecosystem. We're seeing it in the gaming metaverse, where a token or a skin can go from one game to the other to the other. And those are different languages, different protocols. Some are on blockchain, some aren't. It's extraordinarily exciting. So the wave of the future is, you're not going to know that some of these things are built on Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything else. What you care about is the...
And that's basically why I try to tell you guys, how big Quant will actually be. Like, we utilize things on a day-to-day basis that people just don't even think about. And when we're talking about, connecting to one protocol, that obviously got scratched. Now we're connecting to multiple different protocols. We're utilizing completely different, distributed ledger technologies. You know, as more and more of this technology gets, adopted in, the the need for a layer that connects everything to one is so clear. It's a necessity. I want you all to realize what is happening in this space right now. I make videos on a daily basis, warning you guys of the imminent decision on, adopting CBDCs and adopting crypto technology for our current financial structure. And and I want you all to realize that, stuff like this does not happen overnight. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow to QNT at $1,000. But I do know that I could wake up tomorrow and buy QNT knowing that it is going to be $1,000. And it's just the idea on how long can you hold, right? Shout out to Kevin Cage for this tweet, but he's saying real estate investors are happy to get a return on their, property in 5 to 7 years, slowly and steadily compounding. It's all a matter of perspective. Real estate pros that come into crypto already have the proper mindset and see the crazy potential with some crypto projects. I've held QNT for over 1,200 days, and some still call me lucky. It's not easy holding an asset for years. It's even harder when the asset begins to pump. I've seen FUD. I've had doubts. I've had some highs and lows, but it has been worth the profits and what's yet to come. Think about it like this, right? You go out and buy a property. Say for so you're investing in real estate. Now I know people buy, things with no problems at all, but just imagine you buy a property and it needs some, work. So you go out, you buy the things that you need to, fix up the house, fix up the building, whatever it is, right? You're putting time and effort in. You're being patient enough to not only take the hit economically, right? You're putting your finances in, whatever the case may be. You're building this house, you're fixing it up, and now you have to wait for a buyer. These people are so patient. We have individuals that jump into this space. They put, I don't know, $500 into QNT at $115 for an example. And then, tomorrow they're like, why isn't this at $1,000? I think that the problem with crypto is that a lot of individuals get the wrong idea. They look at Bitcoin and they're like, well, this thing's at $40,800. Why isn't, these other assets flying in price? Why aren't these other assets at these prices? Like, Bitcoin took a very long time to achieve these prices. Faster than most markets, I will say that. This was at, we go back to 2013, it was at like $88 or so around this point here. Actually, $80 on 7/3/2013. Okay? So think about it like this. Almost 10 years later, and we're sitting at 40.8K. That is an incredible investment. Absolutely massive. I mean, that's almost a 1,000x return if we got to $80,000. So, think about it like this. All right? Real estate investors are so patient. Stock market investors, extremely patient. Then you have crypto investors that, people are false promising all the time in this market, right? They're saying that this is going to happen overnight. It might, feel like it happened overnight just because of how absolutely rich we're going to be off of these protocols and off of these use cases. You got to really understand the potential behind these assets. I mean, QNT becoming that layer between these protocols to interconnect this massive digital, world to the legacy world is extremely bullish. That should, sell you on QNT alone. Understanding the amount of value behind a use case like this when we see the IMF, these banks, these financial institutions, these governments calling for interoperability between these networks, all while we know that a solution already exists. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but we know that it exists, should make you extremely bullish. And it should also print a picture on how lucky you actually are to be able to, see this vision before everyone else does. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.